Okay, everybody, we've got a new face here today. Let's welcome Anthony Kim. He's the newest member of LIV Golf League and our season-long wild card. Welcome to LIV Golf, Anthony.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So your feature with David Feherty was just released this week, wherein you really told your story of your return to professional golf for the first time. What has been the reaction so far?
I would say mostly positive. Obviously, there's people that have their opinions that are not kind and positive, but I'm focused on the people that are rooting for me and the people that see some of themselves in me and find some inspiration, and I'll just keep working on what I'm doing and focus on my family.
So when you made the decision to return to professional golf, what made you choose LIV Golf?
There were lots of factors. Obviously, I haven't done this in 12 years, and being away from the game, so many things have changed that I don't know all of what's going on between the PGA Tour and LIV. But I know that after talking to Greg, Jed, Richard, and a few people that I value their opinion, they thought it was best for me to go to LIV, and it's the best decision I made.
And you and I have had some chances to catch up the last couple weeks. Just for everyone else, you've been given this big global platform now. What do you hope to do with that platform?
It's such a cliche to say, but I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I've gone obviously through some tough things in my life, and I'm taking responsibility for those things. But with this platform, I'm hoping to help other people understand that life, can throw a lot of shit at you, but you go through tough things, and they make you tougher, and you can make it through. Fortunately, I've had some great support. The love from my daughter and my wife and my mom has been amazing, and they've helped me through some tough situations, and I look forward to talking more about it in my doc. But for right now, I'm focused on golf and helping others.
Great. I know there's a lot of people out here who are looking to talk to you. We'll start back there with the AP.
Hi, Anthony. Tim Reynolds with the AP. It was 14 years ago today that you won in Houston, and I'm just curious, mentally, as you try to get back to the game, how often do you go back to that place? Kind of as a second part to that, what is the goal for you? Is this just to see if you can do this again, or are you hoping to make this your livelihood again?
I definitely think about my first career, my past career, whatever you want to call it. There's obviously good and bad memories to it, but I'm focused on what I'm doing now. I've learned to stay in the present, worry about what you can control now, and do the best I can at this moment. My goals for this season and moving forward are to work as hard as I can, be focused, which I don't think that I ever have been. Appreciate what I have going on around me and the opportunity that I have and the platform that I have, and be able to make a difference in the world. As crazy as that sounds, I feel like I will have the opportunity to do it, and the better I play, the louder my voice gets, and so hopefully with some good golf, I'll be able to do bigger things.
You and Murray over there, Guardian? Nope, you and right there.
Hi, Anthony. Two questions, if I may. Firstly, when you were away from golf, did you know what was going on? Could you have told us who won the Masters in these years, who won the Open, or were you completely oblivious to that stuff?
I think I probably watched 9 holes of golf when I wanted to fall asleep, but I didn't watch much golf. I just found out from DJ yesterday, playing a practice round with him yesterday, that that Brooks won back-to-back majors, which is awesome. But I had no clue that that happened.
So like when Tiger came back and won the Masters in 2019, did you have awareness of that, for example?
Where I was in my life, I really wasn't focused on golf. I definitely heard that it happened, but I mean, you know, going through some of the things I've gone through in my life, I wasn't focused on golf. I didn't care about if somebody won a golf tournament. There's so many other big issues going on in the world that golf is such a small part of it. And obviously, for all of us, it gives us a great platform to be able to speak to a large group of people, but at the same time, it's just golf.
And also, if you didn't come back and do this, if you didn't come back and play golf, what would life have involved? And would you have been comfortable? Would you have been okay? What would you have done if not taking this path?
Well, first of all, you know, I owe a lot to my wife and to my mom and really most of my daughter. You know, when she was born, she came, you know, a few months early, and the fight that she went through was hard to watch. And in that moment, I realized that I have to change my life and the things that I'm doing if I'm going to be able to support her, not financially, but emotionally, and just be there for her. So I don't know what I would have done, but I was already on the right track. I don't know that golf was really in the picture till a few months ago, but you know, what a wonderful opportunity I have, and I'm just grateful for this chance.
Morning, thank you. Couple quick things. Did you play, during the 12 years, was there any recreational golf that you played that maybe even would have sparked thinking about coming back?
Sure. I mean, you know, I had a property out at a golf club that I didn't go to for maybe 3 or 4 years, and I went and visited because my mom wanted to go, and so we went, had lunch. I hit 30 balls. Somehow it ended up on the internet, and then I was returning to golf. I actually, before I went to Saudi, played golf with the guy that I borrowed his clubs that time. So it's interesting. I'm hearing all these rumors that I played golf and was playing in big money games, and you know, obviously people have a large imagination when they're sitting in their basement. So you know, I am not worried about that.
Can you say exactly when you started working towards this? Like, you know, maybe the day or the month, you know, like when you actually earnestly began, okay, I'm coming back, you know, I'm putting my efforts into this. It sounds like it hasn't been that long.
Definitely hasn't been that long. So I want to say 2 months before Jeddah, when I started talking to the LIV team and Greg, I started to believe that I was going to play again. But till I actually got to where I was practicing in Palm Springs 3 weeks before the tournament, I didn't really know that I was playing, seeing as, you know, my deal wasn't even done till the week before Jeddah. So it hadn't been that long.
Did you find that it came back quickly, or, you know, were you hitting it flush? Was there any big thing that has been a struggle so far?
Over the last few events, I've gotten off to really poor starts. It's just bad golf. It's not anything that I feel like I need to worry about. Definitely, the technology has changed. I'm hitting the ball further after 7 surgeries than when I left. And obviously, being 38 years old, things crack in your body that you didn't even know should crack. So I'm adjusting to all these things, but yeah, golf is the same. You put the ball in the hole and you add them up at the end.
Anthony, Ron Green, Global Golf Post. A couple of us talked to you at Quail Hollow at your last event, like the day before you withdrew. When you left that week, did you imagine you were never coming back, or did that all evolve later on?
At the time of that event, my life was already kind of going downhill. I was making poor decisions off the golf course and obviously on, missing that many cuts. But I wasn't thinking about golf at that moment. I wasn't thinking about golf that year when I was playing. And once I realized after my surgery that it was going to be, possible that I don't play again, I was completely okay with that. I actually had a Saturday one weekend, a few months after I got done playing, and I had probably 3 or 4 rooms full of golf stuff, hats, gloves, balls, shoes, clubs, obviously, and I texted 100 people and I said, just come. Whoever gets here fast on Saturday gets to keep it all. So let's just say it looked like a garage sale.
And given the success you had, does that feel like that was somebody else who did that? Or do you, now that you're back playing, do you feel like, okay, I remember what this was like?
I definitely remember what it feels like to hit good golf shots and be in contention and play well. But I'm a totally different person. I've had some experiences that I wouldn't wish on anybody. But through those experiences, I've learned what is important to me. And it doesn't mean that it has to be important for anybody else, but it's important to me. And being a father is the greatest gift that I've ever received. And I'm not going to let her down.
Hey, Anthony, Matt, with Mr. Short Game, with all you've gone through, all your experiences, all you've overcome, if you could go back and talk to 25-year-old Anthony Kim, what would you tell him?
There's not enough time in the day. I would tell him to be patient, to appreciate what you have in front of you, and really to take your time, because if I took my time, I think I would have realized a lot more things. But I don't blame anybody but myself for the issues that I've had. With that being said, I was thrown into a situation because I had some success in golf that gave me different opportunities than a normal 23 or 24-year-old. And I took advantage of that. And once you get going down that slippery slope, it's hard to make your way back. And unfortunately, I just kept going downhill, and somehow I've made it through. And I'm sitting here in front of you just feeling really honored and blessed to be here, because there's a lot of reasons I shouldn't be here right now.
And will we ever see the belt buckle come back?
There's a 2.0 now, so I don't know.
Ian Carter?
Hi, Anthony. Could you talk a little bit about how the approach to come and play at LIV came about? Had you put out any indicators that you might be interested, or did it come completely out of the blue? And if so, what your initial reaction was and how it came about?
So a few years ago, I had heard that LIV was starting and that they would be interested in having me play. But at the time, these conversations were being brought to me through different people. I wasn't in the place to play golf, and mentally, emotionally, physically, any of that. And again, I think once my documentary comes out, people will understand how low of a point it got, and it'll make more sense. But I wasn't in the place to play golf, and a couple months ago, I actually broke my foot, or broke my ankle 8 months ago, or 8 or 9 months ago, and so I was in a cast for 4 months. And obviously after that, I definitely thought golf was out of the picture. So I had played a few rounds with my wife right the day before I broke my ankle. I played my first full round of golf. Then the next day I went out on hole 6. I tried to jump a creek, and being 38 years old, I didn't make it, and ended up breaking my ankle. So I thought it was out of the picture. But a couple months ago, or maybe 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I got a phone call that LIV was interested, and also got a call from the PGA Tour that they were interested. So I got with the people I trust, and made my decision, and I'm really, really happy to be here.
And was it with your wife that you actually started playing golf, and again, sort of recreationally, and obviously leading to that fateful ankle break?
Yeah, so she wanted to play 4 or 5 days a week, and so I jumped in the cart, turned on some music, and I DJ'd, caddied, did it all, right? So 9 holes a day, we'd go out there, and the first few swings were with the pink grips that she uses, and I just started to think that I could do this again. And whether people believe I can do it or not, I believe that I can do it, and hopefully I'll be in contention this year.
In the interview, I think you said that you got help about 2 years ago. I guess just to clarify, kind of what did that look like? What help did you get, kind of, and how has it helped you these last 2 years?
I talked to people I trust, and people were concerned about what I was doing and the place I was in, and there's not enough time to get in detail about all the things right now, but I got professional help, and I think that I didn't deal with a lot of the trauma and whatever came from my life, and I buried it because I didn't want to show anybody weakness, right? And I thought by showing vulnerability, that was weakness, and I've come to a point in my life where I don't care if somebody thinks that about me or not. My daughter is all I care about, and I know it almost sounds corny for me to say, but as long as she's proud of me, I'm a happy man.
So, I'm sure it's a journey and whatnot. How comfortable do you feel with kind of where you're at right now in that 2 years? Yeah.
I feel very comfortable. I have a great support system. People that love me, whether I play golf or not. And I don't know that I could have said the same when I was 23, 24 years old with the people I was hanging out with. And again, they weren't all bad people. I made these poor decisions. But, I have people now that if I even think about going in a bad direction, that they're going to let me know their opinion. And I really appreciate that. And I'm so grateful to have such a great team around me.
AK, I was hoping you could kind of walk us through the logistic challenges of returning to golf after 12 years, such as have you been fitted for clubs, or getting familiar with current technology, or even just coming up with a practice routine or finding a coach?
Yeah, I didn't know how to even get back into the game, so I've just been playing some holes, hitting balls when I feel like it. Nothing structured yet. I actually learned a new rule today that you can take practice swings out of the hazard from DJ. and you can remove loose impediments from bunkers. And I know I should have done that in Saudi because I was in every bunker there was, but I didn't. So I'm learning as I go, and as important as golf is, and as important as it is to win and to be in contention, I just want to be in the right mental place. Life is too short to be super upset. I would get upset if I played a bad round of golf for 2 weeks, and it would bother me, eat at me. And now, whether I play good or play bad, and obviously I scored poorly in my first few events. After the round, I get to see my daughter or go to the pool with her, and I could care less what I shot. I know that the next day I'm going to lace up my shoes or not lace up my shoes and go try my best again.
Thanks.
Anthony, hi. I'm glad you're here. You've made a lot of references to your daughter and a turning point in your life, her birth. What is her name?
Her name's Isabella.
Isabella. And how did you guys come up with that name?
My wife found, I think, 3 names. I didn't like 2, so we went with that one.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Anthony, Mark Schlabach with ESPN. I know you said you were saving a lot of the details for your documentary, but was there one low point you can remember where you said, I've got to turn this around?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when not to get too far into it, but when doctors are telling you that you may not have much time left, that's a pretty rude awakening. And I still think about it to this day when I'm out there and I get frustrated with my golf, you know, how far I've come. And other people don't need to know the journey. I'm going to share it. And the people that find inspiration and strength from it, I hope it can influence them in a positive way. But yeah, it was, I got to a point where, you know, I may not be here speaking to you guys.
Hi, Rick Hoffman, I Run Sports. Bubba and Bryson yesterday talked about the team golf and the support system in team golf. Is that something that you're looking forward to in terms of coming to LIV, you know, where you're going to be on a team and have that support system?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm a wild card. These hats are available in the shop. But I'm a wild card and I'm not on a team, but I have my support system. I would love to be on a team, but right now I'm focused on this year and playing good golf. But I think it's great to have a support team out here, especially when you're young. Some of the opportunities these young guys are getting, it's amazing because it's easy to get off track when you don't have people that are looking out for your best interest. And yeah, I'm excited to have my team here. I think I have a very strong one, and hopefully we'll have a lot of success.
Anthony, Keely Johnson, Drunk by the Turn. First off, I want to say, you know, it's an honor just seeing you out here. There's a lot of fans out there that, you know, are going to be more than happy to see you back in the U.S. You've obviously spent some time on the tour, but I just want to know some of your takeaways from LIV. You know, have you got the sense that it is one big family, whether it's, you know, a teammate helping you out, or not a teammate, but, you know, somebody, another player in the league, or, you know, giving you a little tidbit here, a little tidbit there, just, you know, the way you travel, how, you know, your caddies treated your family, you know, what have you taken away from LIV, you know, since joining?
Well, first of all, when Greg and I spoke before I made the decision to come to LIV, he talked about how he wanted me to be around my family and to feel supported, not feel like I'm on an island and you know, you walk by everybody and you don't say hello. I'm not saying everyone on this tour is best friends, but there's definitely a lot of support out here. My family has been treated world class by everyone, whether it be Jane and the media team. You know, Greg, Jed, all those guys have been amazing. It's easy to reach out to them and get support. I know that I have a lot of people coming into town this week, and Martin with travel has just made everything so easy. So, you know, it's I'm not going to say anything about the PGA Tour in a negative way at all, but LIV is doing it at a different level.
And also, if there is, you know, a day where you do, you know, get your own team, is there any names in mind that, you know, you might want to come up with or you have in store?
Maybe Drunk by the Turn.
Hey, Anthony, Tom D'Angelo from the Palm Beach Post. When you talk about it doesn't matter what you do on a golf course, you get to see your family, your daughter, go to the pool, but how much does that help with, I guess it'd be, you know, you appear to have no pressure on your game. You're just relaxed and easily play, and this is a second chance. How much does that actually help your golf?
Tremendously. I got a lot of my self-worth from what I shot that day. And I think that a lot of athletes, a lot of whatever profession you're in, how you do that day at work determines how you feel about yourself. And at this point in my life, I'm able to separate those two, which I feel like is a superpower right now. I know that whether I make a 15 or whether I make a 3, my daughter is still going to want to eat strawberry ice cream, and I get to do that with her. And that's the most fun part of my day. So golf, you know, through these experiences with my family, every experience I get to have, I appreciate that more, and it makes golf a lot more simple.
You mentioned not knowing some of the updated rules. I know in Jeddah you didn't know about the drop, how to drop now. I'm just wondering first, are there any others that you've had to come up to speed with? And also, have you been able to experiment at all with Trackman, and what has that shown you so far?
So I have used Trackman now a few times. I'm not smart enough to know what all those numbers mean. I want to know how far the ball carries and how far it ends up going. But there's like 16 or 13 or I don't know, something like that, numbers that are on that screen. And I didn't sign up to do math, you know. I just hit a ball into a hole. So those are really the only 2 numbers I've been looking at. And, you know, whether it's been one of the reps come out help me with the Trackman, or whether it's Ben from LIV and where he does all the equipment. I've been learning a little bit more about it and been using it, but I don't want to overcomplicate it. It's just at the end of the day, you got to get the ball in the hole.
Are you at all amazed at what's available to you there, though, with something like that, and like how far that's come?
Totally. Now, you know, the game has changed so much. I thought that when I first got onto the tour, but with titanium drivers. But now it's come to a point where you don't have to hit the ball in the center, and you can get the same amount of yardage and same accuracy as somebody who does hit it in the center. And obviously, not being a huge guy, my advantage was being able to hit the ball in the middle of the face and be in the fairway. But now everyone's hitting it long, everyone's hitting it semi-straight, and so it ends up becoming a bomber's putting contest. And I'm not the longest guy out there, but you know, using the right technology, I'm hitting a little bit further, and hopefully I'll make a couple putts this week.
Anthony, I can speak for everyone, say it's great to have you back, and you were super genuine and authentic, and super appreciative of you joining us.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.